Hey, how's it going? Nat here. Let's check out what's been making news. People living in 9 big apartment buildings in Melbourne have been told they can't leave their homes at all for at least 5 days. Here's Leela.
Imagine going to leave your apartment to find a bunch of police saying you can't. Well, that's what happened to 3,000 people in Melbourne on Saturday afternoon.
We were caught by surprise. We didn't know what was going on.
I went downstairs to try to go to the grocery, and they told me that you're not able to leave.
While quite a few Melbourne suburbs are in lockdown at the moment, people in those areas can still leave the house for things like exercise and grocery shopping. But the residents of these 9 government-owned apartment buildings have been told they can't leave for any reason. It's the harshest lockdown in Australia so far, and it was brought in after at least 23 people living in the buildings tested positive to COVID-19. Health authorities say the problem is a lot of people here share areas like laundries and lifts, which means the virus could spread really quickly.
This is not just a matter of 23 to 30 odd people. This is a matter of many hundreds who've already been exposed and who may already be incubating.
The government says it'll make sure people have the basic supplies and support they need, but it might take a bit of time.
It will take some time to get to every single resident, to meet every single need of every single resident.
Some residents feel like they're being treated unfairly.
It kind of gets the feeling that we're in jail.
Others say they understand.
All we can do is just follow these restrictions that are being set and then just get through this together.
New South Wales has decided to close its border with Victoria to try to stop the virus spreading. It means that from tomorrow, people won't be allowed to travel between the 2 states unless they have a permit.
I apologise for any inconvenience that it will cause those who would otherwise have travelled, but this is the right approach to take at this time, given the still unacceptably high numbers of cases.
Just when you thought 2020 couldn't get any weirder, Kanye West has announced he's running for US president. The rapper made his announcement on Twitter over the weekend, but Kanye hasn't actually done any of the things you need to do to run for president, and the election's just a few months away, which makes a lot of people think that it's just a publicity stunt to promote his upcoming album. But I guess you never know. Good news for F1 fans, it's back! Cars hit the track for the first time in months at the Austrian Grand Prix, and there sure was a lot of drama. Here's Charlotte with a sports wrap.
Before the race even began, there was controversy brewing at the Austrian Grand Prix. All the drivers wore End Racism t-shirts in support of the Black Lives Matter movement, although some decided not to kneel during a minute's silence, which made some fans angry. Out on the track, the drama continued when 9 cars were forced to retire early, including Aussie Daniel Ricciardo's Renault, with the win ultimately going to Mercedes' Valtteri Bottas. Meanwhile, the AFL's kept the season alive by the skin of its teeth, with all leftover Victorian clubs set to leave their home state before New South Wales shuts its border from midnight on Tuesday. The remaining players will join other teams in New South Wales and Queensland hubs by tonight. And how's this for a bit of socially distanced soccer? These guys in Argentina thought creating a human-sized version of table soccer, or foosball as you might know it, would be the perfect way to get a game in while still being COVID safe. All you have to do is stay inside your designated rectangle. When there's a will, there's a way.
Finally today to some stories that'll make you think, that's not what I expected to find here. For example, this sacred mountain in China's Shanxi province is probably not where you'd expect to see a symphony orchestra. The Xi'an Orchestra staged the spectacular 60-minute concert to celebrate the return of the arts in the province. And this underwater cave in Mexico might not be where you'd expect to find an ancient ochre mine. Divers have found lots of other things in the caves too, like old tools, which they reckon proves humans once lived in them thousands of years ago. Of course, they probably weren't underwater back then. And a ski slope in the middle of a field in the middle of summer. Definitely not what I was expecting to find here. Every year, this ski resort in Russia hosts a special summer skiing event where people can get a taste of winter without actually having to dress for it. Usually, the snow can last for up to 3 days, but this year the weather's a bit warmer than usual, so it might not stick around for as long. Speaking of which, that's the end of the show. We'll be back with more news again tomorrow. Bye!